episode 433 of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. I will be talking about tonight's episodes. First, WWE NXT Gold Rush Week 2, and the newest episode of Dark Side of the Ring, featuring the Junkyard Dog, right here, right now, 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Hey Wrestling Fanatics, welcome and thank you for tuning in tonight. I am Lance Brack. Once again, tonight I will be talking about week 2 of WWE NXT Gold Rush and tonight's episode of Dark Side of the Ring, which was about the Junkyard Dog, Sylvester Ritter. But let's waste no more time. Let's get right into it. Talk about NXT Gold Rush Week 2. And we start things off with the NXT Women's Championship on the line. Tiffany Stratton defending against Thea Hall. And pretty good match here. And I think Tia Hall did look pretty good in this one, but it was Tiffany Stratton getting the win to retain the NXT Women's Championship. After the match, we see Drew Gulak and Dempsey make their way to the ring, and attack Duke Hudson. And then at this time, we see the return of Andre Chase, and he makes the save for Duke Hudson, clearing the ring. And then we get a celebration in the ring with Chase U. And next up, the NXT Tag Team Championships are on the line. We have the champions Gallus defending against Idris Enough and Malik Blade. And it is Gallus victorious, 13 minutes 18 seconds to retain the NXT Tag Team titles. And next up, the NXT Heritage Cup Championship is on the line in a British Rounds Rules match. Nathan Frazier defeating Dragon Lee 2-1. And Gigi Dolan defeats Kiana James 9 minutes 4 seconds. And in the main event tonight, the NXT Championship on the line, Carmelo Hayes defeats Baron Corbin to retain the NXT Championship at 16 minutes 32 seconds. So, again, for the second week, NXT presented Gold Rush. I thought it was a pretty good episode this week of NXT. Definitely has been pretty good the last couple weeks. hopefully they'll keep up the good work and keep putting on good shows like this. And then we see Braun Breaker upset backstage and talks about how he has beaten everyone, and they ask him what this is all about, and then he says we'll find out next week. So that was NXT Gold Rush Week 2. And now on to Dark Side of the Ring, which tonight was about the Junkyard Dog. And I thought this was a pretty good episode. And some of the interviews, Jim Ross, Coco Beware, Teddy Long, Ted DiBiase, I understand they were very close at one time, and even featured an older interview. This wasn't a new one, with Cowboy Bill Watts. And they interviewed his nephew. Definitely an interesting episode. I recommend, if you did not see tonight's Dark Side of the Ring, it's definitely worth checking out. And next week, there is no new episode of Dark Side of the Ring. The next new episode will air in 2 weeks. And the next new one will be Adrian Adonis, which I'm sure will be another very interesting episode there. And some quick news before I wrap this episode up. Eddie Guerrero is set to be inducted into the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame. And Grayson Waller explained the reason why he hasn't competed yet since going up to the main roster. He's recovering from a broken leg. And that is about it for the news, I believe. And hope to have more new episodes of 360 Wrestling Fanatic up all this week, hopefully. And I'll be back tomorrow morning for the Wednesday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans to preview tomorrow night's episode of AEW Dynamite, featuring the fallout from Forbidden Door. And remember, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can leave them in the comment section on Spreaker or whichever podcast website or app you listen to on. Let me know your thoughts on tonight's NXT Gold Rush Week 2, the Junkyard Dog episode of Dark Side of the Ring, and remember all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, 360 Wrestling Podcasts, and the two 360 Wrestling Podcasts YouTube channels as well. But that is all for tonight's episode. I know it was kind of a short one again, but hopefully we'll get back to having a little longer of episodes soon. as we head into Money in the Bank this Saturday. But until then, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.